Hi, my name is Karen Minnie, and this is the Cultural Competence Reflection video for the Social Justice for Educators class at Grand Canyon University. My instructor is Michelle Jerville, and today's date is January the 22nd of 2023. The first question is, what does it mean to be a culturally competent educator? I believe that a culturally competent educator is aware of the diversity in the classroom. I believe they prepare culturally relevant lesson plans and curriculum that encourages meaningful discussion and learning. I believe they reach the interest of all students. They respect differences, reject conformity, and promote acceptance. Cultural competence and inclusion can reduce the achievement gap for at-risk students. Number 2 is, where do you see yourself on the cultural competency continuum chart and why? So I've always considered myself culturally aware and inclusive. I've been involved in missions locally, nationally, and internationally, and I've lived abroad. My worldview specifically leads me to love all people. I've ministered to different ethnic groups, races, social groups, and backgrounds as with my involvement in a local children's shelter. I was on the board of directors, and I have also testified for the Education Committee at the Arkansas House of Representatives to advocate for school choice and scholarship opportunities for children with disabilities and those of lower socioeconomic status that cannot afford private school options. However, this class has opened my eyes to maybe some implicit biases that are rooted in my experiences, and for that reason I have scaled myself between a 4 and a 5, pre-competence and competence. Number 3 is, what will it take for you to get to the next step or deepen your cultural competence, including understanding your own personal biases, teaching in a diverse classroom, and implementing strategies and ensuring a safe and supportive classroom for all students. One of the bullets under competence said that we should be looking outside, consistently looking outside of our own worldview for accurate understanding. I've always had the assumption that my worldview is the reason for my inclusiveness. And so I think maybe a self-examination of my own perceptions of those who are not, who do not believe the same as me, is probably in order. Number 4 is, what are some specific research, readings, tools, resources, or training you might use to further your cultural competency as an educator? I have recently found a perspectives class that it's a 12-week class that is taught each week by a different facilitator of a different culture. I've also looked into training in diversity and inclusion. Number 5 is, what will it look like to have cultural inclusivity in your classroom? So I believe that students in my classroom will feel safe and comfortable to engage in the classroom. They will be heard for who they are without the pressure to conform. Their backgrounds and their cultures will be considered relevant. Number 6 is, how will you ensure you are respecting students as individuals with differing personal backgrounds and various skills, abilities, perspectives, talents, and interests that do not align with your spiritual beliefs or moral values? So I believe that my love for all people leads me to see our similarities and not just our differences. Most important to my faith is that all people were created in the image of God. My responsibility as an educator is to facilitate learning to the best of my ability. It is not my responsibility to make students conform to my beliefs or values, but to respect the diversity of the cultures of each student and their families. Thank you.